Dan?
That's exactly right, Steve. Special guest for you here on Squawk Box. Pleased to bring in Sheikh Mohammed, the oil minister of Bahrain. Your Excellency, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Pleasure to have you.
First of all, Bahrain has just confirmed 6 new cases of the coronavirus, and I wanted to get your reaction to this. Are you concerned about the spread of the virus outside of China, and in particular, the economic impacts that it could have in this region? 6, sir, yes.
Did you say 6? No.
6, that's correct. 6, that's correct.
I think, well, they've been ready for it, and now it's a means of containment. We've got a professional team, committee looking out for this. They have the right means, they have the right centers to observe those people infected and to make sure it does not spread widely. Of course, it's going to have an impact on travel. We're going to have a careful watch on people coming from countries that have a widespread infection of the virus. Certainly the ones that came from particular countries have demonstrated that it is prone to that. And hopefully this could be contained faster than we fear.
Tell me how this is impacting the oil market, though. Obviously, we saw prices falling around 4% overnight, so they seem spooked on what this could mean for forward demand.
Well, it had a huge demand on the Chinese markets, but aviation today is a big a victim of this. Hopefully it's short-lived, we hope. Now, I was listening to the World Health Organization. They, as of yet, are not concerned that this would be a worldwide epidemic. So hopefully those fears are not realized, and if they can contain it fast enough, sure enough, the demand will come back. Now, if it doesn't, then of course the OPEC Plus will have to consider what can be done to make sure that that mechanism continues to be an effective force in balancing the markets. Of course, there are meetings coming up in the next few weeks, and hopefully we'll see the state of affairs. Prices did pick up a little bit. You've seen that now they've gone back down a bit. But ultimately, this would be a short-lived phenomenon. It seems the fatality rates of the virus are not as high as some of the previous issues we've had with MERS and others, but it is contagious. We need to be cautious about the way it's being spread, and the sooner we can contain it, the better, and hopefully markets come back.
We are, of course, coming into the OPEC meeting next week, as you pointed out. Would you endorse a production cut by the group at this point?
If the market mechanism and the consensus is yes, then absolutely yes. It's proven to be a very effective mechanism, the OPEC Plus, to balance markets, and that's what it's there for. If there is a temporary need to make some measures, then absolutely yes.
How deep do they need to cut? 600,000 barrels? Would you endorse that figure?
Well, that came from the JTC, and I'm sure it was based on some serious numbers. Now they are in constant review of what the markets are developing to, so I don't know what the latest proper number is. We'll find out soon enough when the meetings happen.
But in your own experience, would 600,000 be enough, or do they need to cut further?
Well, for me right now, without knowing the real numbers of the markets, it's just a number. Obviously, when it came out, it was based on certain forecasts. Whether those forecasts are still valid today or not remains to be seen from all the data that comes from the OPEC analysis and the non-OPEC countries as well.
Anything else you're expecting to come out of this meeting next week? What should we be looking out for?
Well, let's see what happens. And it's continuing the cuts is certainly an important thing. Making sure countries are compliant is critical. And if there is a need for further cuts, obviously, being a market balancing force, they will have to do the necessary things.
Also wanted to get an update on your latest discovery in Bahrain as well. Quite a significant discovery. What talks have you been having with your counterparts around the world, perhaps the Americans, on commercializing this latest discovery?
Well, we're in the appraisal stage. We're drilling a few wells to really demonstrate what the investment viability in it is. So we're at this stage evaluating the production flows from a few wells. We're a bit more advanced on the gas side. We've produced a few wells from tight zones, using, of course, fracking. It's fracking that opened up these resources for us. Gas is a bit more advanced. We're going into the development stage of gas. Oil, we're appraising the wells. Hopefully, with the results coming through, we'll see what we can do in attracting the right level of investments.
Can you put a timeline on this? How soon before we start to see oil flowing out of Bahrain?
As soon as we can.
As soon as you can. All right, Your Excellency, we'll leave it there. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. That's His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed there, live for you on Squawk Box. Guys, back over to you.